Yo, what's up, YouTube world? It's your boy Todd the Ambassador, man. Back with another dope episode of the fourth round on the IsWePoddin network, man. It's been a minute since we've done an interview. You know what I'm saying? Had some things going on, you know what I'm saying, behind the scenes, trying to get things situated. And we're really our goal is to give you guys more consistent content. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe. We got the Friday night pods where we cover everything from politics to hip hop, social injustice, all that good stuff, all the cringy topics going on in Hollywood with Diddy and Jonathan Majors and all that stuff. We cover all that stuff, man. I got my boy out of Jersey, Marabi. What's good with you, man?
What's up, man? How you doing?
Chilling, man. How's your Christmas shopping going, man?
Good.
Good. All right. Well, we're gonna get right.
Yeah, I'm good, dude.
We're gonna get right to it, man. We've had a lot of legends on the show, man. We had Turbo from Breaking. You know what I'm saying? We had Juice come up here, freestyle for us for like 15 minutes straight. You know what I'm saying? We got Danny Myers up here. We've had Rum Nitty, who many people consider to be a future legend. When I say we got a real live legend tonight, man, I mean we got a real live legend. Many people would say that he godfathered this whole battle rap scene. This scene would not exist without this man. This is one of the first dudes I've seen on YouTube running through people, man, barking on people. A young guy, a young pup in his own words. You know what I'm saying? We got the General of Philly, man, Reed Dollaz in the building, man.
Yo, what up, fellas? Thanks for having me, man. What's going on?
Hey, man, thank you, man. We appreciate you pulling up, man. Now, me and you've been playing like email tag for like a year. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
but I'm glad we finally got everything situated, man. So first off, let's start off like this, man. How is Reed? How is the family, man? How are you doing, bro?
Everything's blessed, man. I couldn't ask for more. You know, God is great. Family's great. Everything is good, man.
That's what's up, man. We're gonna get right into it, Reed. You know what I'm saying? We texted back and forth, man. We said we was gonna put on a classic, man. Let's do it, man.
Let's do it. Let's do it.
All right, Reed. So like I mentioned in the intro, man, you was like one of the first battle rappers a lot of us seen, you know what I'm saying, coming up when we was teenagers in our early 20s, you know what I mean? And you was one of the first YouTube stars. I think maybe the first rapper, period, not even battle rapper, to go viral, right?
Yeah, for sure.
Walk us, you know what I'm saying? And I think you low-key set the blueprint for how to market yourself with the freestyles and the diss tracks and just constantly battling from city to city, man. Yeah. Walk us through those early days of YouTube, man. How did Reed Dollaz find out about YouTube, man?
To be honest with you, we were out before YouTube came. We was doing like the DVD era. We was in the DVD era, you know what I mean? Coming from VHS to the DVD era. So before YouTube came out, we was just kids in the street doing what we loved. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it really was. It wasn't no, crazy mathematical problem. Like, no, we was just doing what we loved. Like, we loved that shit. So, and it caught fire. And when it got uploaded to YouTube, when YouTube first came, we didn't know about YouTube. People were actually taking our video clips, uploading them to their channels. So people were making a lot of bread off us, even in the early days when we didn't even have the knowledge. We was just out there rapping, doing what we love, going back and forth, from this part of Philly to this part of Philly, Southwest, going against North Philly. So we was just doing what we love. We didn't even know that shit was going to catch fire to the world like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So when you did first start seeing your stuff popping on YouTube, like, what was the response like of people in the street and your own crew? Like, how did y'all take that?
It was crazy. It was crazy. I was definitely like every high school, every middle school. I seen it. Like, we was traveling. I would, go outside of my city, all through the tri-state area. We was going to high schools and going to middle schools, and kids were absolutely losing their mind, like rapping the freestyles word for word. So once I seen it, I was like, okay, because when you young, man, you trying to figure out what you want to do in life. And I still had one foot in the street, and the music was right there for me. So when I seen that, I said, okay, this is what God has put here in front of me. This is what I'm going to be doing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So started to take that shit a little bit more serious, and here we are today.
One more question concerning that YouTube era, bro. Like, I've noticed this, a lot of these Reed Dollaz videos that we see on YouTube, like from the old era, they've been taken down and re-uploaded multiple times, right? So when you go and you watch like Reed Dollaz versus Trigger, right, which is probably one of your most famous battles, it says 1 million views, but I remember Reed specifically back in the day that having like 3, 4, 5 million hits on it. There was a couple different sites like that, you and Meek Mill, all different diss tracks and stuff like that. There's a video I've been trying to find for years where you was dissing Sue Surf on Batcave Radio. Fire. And the only line I remember out of it was, The only line I remember from it was like leave them crispy like Popeyes. I forget how you set it up, but it was
Yeah,
fire.
yeah,
But they
yeah.
took it down though. Bro, what happens to a lot of those old videos? And does Reed Dollaz have like a secret archive of stuff that's never been released?
Yeah, I still got an archive of stuff that I've been holding on to for years. And far as the videos, I'm not sure because, like I said, once again, we were late to that. We were late to the business side of you can upload these and get views and get money. Like it was people that beat us to the punch that were uploading our content. So
Right.
a lot of the channels that those videos were on. Like I remember seeing one. I remember this dude. I'll never forget it because the video had like 7 million views on. That's when I had like the Oakland A's hat on, you know what I mean? That shit had like 7
Fire.
million views. Dude, that video went down, and I see it's been uploaded recently about 2 years ago, and it's back to like 1 million or something like that. But like you said, we, for the ones that's like real Reed Dollaz fans, they know like we were getting millions of views when niggas didn't even know YouTube can go that high.
Yeah.
Like we didn't even know that shit can go that high. You know what I mean? Soldier Boy always talking about he was the first. I beg to differ. I think I was the first one really running it up on that YouTube platform.
Talk dirty, man.
YouTube actually tweeted me before I lost my verified account. YouTube actually tweeted me a couple years ago and said U.S. rapper Reed Dollaz was no stranger to YouTube from 2006 to 2008. Like I put up crazy numbers on the board, and when YouTube tweets you that from the official YouTube page, and it's real.
Fire.
For sure.
Reed, what were some of your favorite like battles you've done from that DVD YouTube era?
I would have to say, like I said, he just said it, Philly versus Harrisburg. That's one that really got me off the ground. That got me on like a, view by the world for real. So that would definitely be one of my favorite battles. I love Philly versus New York. That's always going to be a classic.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that's always going to be a classic. And just all the countless freestyles and material that we just been uploading for the past 20 plus years, man. Like we put a lot of work in, bro. Like a lot.
Speaking of freestyles, man, why didn't you blink? What was going on?
Yo, it's crazy. Everybody asks me that. I don't know, just being in that zone. That was my thing. Like once I locked in on a beat like that and the camera was in my face, I just, I transformed Voltron. You know what I mean? So that's just my thing. A lot of people ask me that through the years, like, yo, what type of drug is that, bro? You wasn't blinking for 5 minutes. Like, goddamn. So yeah, man. Classic moments, bro.
That was crazy. Ty.
Reed, man, I did about 4 years in the joint, right? And I kind of lost touch of a lot of what was going on with battle rap and everything like that. Now, when I got out, my brother gave me a little Zoom MP3 player.
Okay.
And he would have me write down and list whatever I wanted, you know what I'm saying, on there. And like he turned me on to a lot of newer artists, Currency, Joey Badass, people like that. And I remember writing down Reed Dollaz, like, yo, if you find anything by this brother Reed, man, like make sure it gets on my MP3, right?
Yeah.
And I downloaded a mixtape called Readadelphia. Or no, Read Between the Lines, Volume 2.
Okay.
Right. And at the time, this is a funny story, man. I was working at a BJ's Brew House, right?
Yeah.
And I was a prep cook, man. The rule was, man, before we opened at 11, you could listen to whatever music you want to, as long as you kept it quiet. So I'm back here, man, the sharp knife cutting up carrots, right? We keep it rocking like a crack house. In the back, I'm bouncing, right? I'm looking at my coworkers with this big old knife, man. I wish one of y'all would trip right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm tripping, right? Then the manager come by, I'm like, oh, I'm cool, you know what I'm saying? But I always want to ask you this, bro. There's a mythology almost when it comes to underground rappers and when them releasing material independently, right? How much money do they actually make? How many copies sold? There, Mike Jones, Slim Thug, all them guys was kind of moving units, G Unit, Cameron. But there's always a question of how much money is actually accumulated to the rappers themselves when you get past the bootlegging, right? So I want to ask you, Reed, I've always wanted to ask you this, brother. How many mixtapes were you selling, and how much of that money was Reed Dollaz making off that underground music, man?
Man, mixtape money was better than drug money back in the day. Like no cap. When we was kids, I was about 15, 16. I remember dealing with OG that was Top Class Entertainment, and he was pressing up all our mixtapes, and he had the minivan, and we would just drive through the tri-state area and just go to all the mom and pop stores and sell mixtapes. Man, I could tell you on a good day, me going to school in middle school, I probably would have 2,500, 3,000 in my pocket. You know what I
Mm,
mean? At 15 years old. You know what I
mm,
mean? So you know, I can't give you an exact number, but I can tell you for sure off mixtapes alone, mixtape DVD sales back in the day probably ran up like 100.
mm. Fire.
Respectfully, respectfully. You know what I mean? That mixtape game, that DVD hustle, that shit was, it was different back in the day. For sure. Every stand, every little hood, every little barbershop, mom and pop store, niggas was grabbing, yo, let me get 100 of those reads. Let me get
Mm,
200 of the reads. You know what I mean? AAP, the mixtapes, the Reed Dollaz, like that shit was really out here. We was making a killing off that shit for sure.
fire, man. Now, about that same time, Reed, you came out in '01. Now, I know Cass was a terror in Philly, right?
For
He was
sure.
running around battling everybody. I know y'all had to have your reputations had to have crossed paths at some point in time. Was there ever talks of Cassidy versus Reed Dollaz in the street? And if not, is there a possibility that we could possibly see that in the future, man?
I mean, it was always talks in the street, you know what I mean? People always probably wanted to see that. But me and Cap were we two different age brackets.
Mm,
So bro was a little older than me when bro was out here really, you know, tearing shit down like that. I was still a pup. I was still, you know, getting my shit together. Like, you know what I mean? Perfecting
right.
my craft. So that wasn't even really gonna happen. And throughout the years, me and Cass, we got a crazy relationship. That's like, bro, like we on the phone like every other day. Cass
Okay.
the type of nigga that'll call you and have you on the phone for 3 hours. Yo, bro, you writing, huh? Listen to this, giving you bars and giving you the game. So I
Right.
don't think that'll possibly ever happen.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Respectfully, that's big bro. You know what I mean? I salute him. He one of the niggas from the city that, you know, created a lane for us to be great. You know what I mean? For us to come up in. So I don't think that'll happen, man. But I mean, we can always wonder. That'll probably be one of the craziest joints ever, but
Yeah.
it might not happen in this lifetime.
Okay.
Now, Reed, one of the more significant battles you've had recently was the Rex one.
Yeah.
Uh, that was a pretty good battle, like back and forth. What did you think about it? Like, and what did it mean for you to battle Rex finally?
When me and Rex off camera when we was about 16 years old, I used to be up in New York heavy. Like I was one of the young dudes that actually used to jump on a Greyhound and get up out my city and go explore and try to go, you know, put feet on the land in different places. So I used to be up New York heavy. I had a team up there, and we used to be in the Bronx heavy. And one day I came across Rex. This when we first met. Um, he came to a studio session that we had a studio at. He came to a session with some people, and you know, my people introduced me like, yo, this my young nigga from Philly. Da 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 da. This Rex right here, and you know, we start spitting. I wouldn't call it a battle. I would say more like a cipher, but we rapped for about an hour until the
Mm,
Damn.
point to the point where like I was killing shit so much in the cipher that his OG was like, man, go ahead, go ahead, go in the studio and go write. You know what I mean? Let's go right, B. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you embarrassed to be out here type
Damn.
times. You know what I mean? And rest in peace to Fred the Godson, because he was there. I remember that. It really wasn't no cameras out back then. But so through the years, he tried to deny that didn't happen because it wasn't caught on footage. So when I got to battle him again in our older years on the Smack stage, and I beat him, it felt great to me because it's like closing a chapter. Me, T Rex, Murder Mook, all us, we all came up, you know, in the same era. We all came
Yeah.
up. They was in New York going crazy. We was in Philly going crazy. So it meant a lot for me to beat those two for my chapter. You know what I'm saying? That like
Yeah.
to close that chapter on that Philly versus New York bullshit. That little, you know, rap beef that we had all the years. Felt great.
So shout out to Audio Hydration. Yes, the question that kind of has to do with this. What's your favorite battle that happened off camera that you had?
Let me see. I would say off camera would probably be my OG Cree Forge. Cree Forge is another legend that's from Philly. He was, you know, back in the DVD era along with us too. He was always a little bit older than us. So that's the big homie and shit. But me and him battled, and we battled for about 3 hours. I had an OG in Philly, big OG, you know, Kingpin, that type vibe or whatever. He used to have all the, you know, everybody that was real, all the real niggas from the city used to come fuck with him. So he had a lot of traffic at his house. So we used to always go over there, smoke weed with him, whatever, make a little money, whatever. Long story short, he always referred to us like pit bulls and shit. So he called. I remember he was like, "Reed, I got some pit bulls in my kennel that that you can't fuck with." So I run through about 3-4 dudes this day, not spitting the same raps at all, because in that era you couldn't do that shit. So I run through one dude, get him out of here. Get another dude out of here. Get another dude out of here. And then he said, "You know what? I got a grand champion for you." So he called up Cree Fortune. Cree Fortune is a Philadelphia legend, and Cree came down there and we rapped for about fucking 2.5 hours, bro. Like not even exaggerating, bro. Not even exaggerating. No cameras. That would have been, if that would have hit YouTube, that probably would have been the world's favorite. Like we went crazy on that. You know what I mean? So shout out to Cree Fortune, Philly, South Philly did, and I think that was probably one of my best joints off camera.
You said you can respect verses. How many did you have memorized? Like,
had 1 million, bro. You know what I mean? Like,
damn.
we had 1 million, man. I had 1 million raps. See, when you young, you know what I mean? Like, you older now, you got more shit going on, bills, you got like real life to deal with. But when you young and carefree, all we was doing was writing raps. And when I went away to juvenile placement, that actually gave me more time to sit down and perfect my craft. I went away to juvenile placement for like 18 months. So I was just sitting down. I had 1 million fucking raps in placement. And I remember all my homies in the placement was like, "Yo, bro, when you go home, you better take the fuck over, bro, because you're crazy." Like, soon as I got home, and that's when Too Raw for the Streets happened. First battle, Philly versus Harrisburg, and we go viral. So yeah, man, it's been a long time, bro. I used to just have 1 million fucking raps on standby because that's the era that we grew up in. You never knew when you was about to get into a cipher. You never knew where you was going to be, who was going to be there. It could have been a record exec there. Like you had to have a fucking arsenal, 100 clip.
Damn. All right. So shout out to Audio Hydration. He got a question about your future. So he heard that you got Swamp next. I don't know if you can confirm or deny that, but what do you think about battling?
I just beat Swamp.
Oh, what would you?
Yeah, we already battled. I just beat him.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we just had a one rounder. I don't really see. We do the one rounders. I like to do the one rounders because if you can't get past the one round with me, it really don't make sense to do the three. It's pointless.
Yeah.
It's really pointless.
That's what passed my radar because I rewatched all your recent stuff like before this. It slipped past through.
Yeah.
But because you ready, Ty?
Yeah.
Okay, go.
Now go ahead and finish your question, man.
No, I was starting another one, so you can go ahead.
Now Reed, they call you the General of Philly, man. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
I know you take that title very seriously. I've always wanted to ask you, bro, what does that title do for you, man? Does Reed get free food? And like people open the door for you, you know what I'm saying, at the mall? Like what kind of respect comes with that title, man?
Well, being the general where I'm from, and Philadelphia is a crazy place. You know what I mean? I'm not sure if you're aware, we got one of the highest murder rates. Philly is a crazy place. So for me to have that title all these years and not be tested on it, that should speak volume itself. You know what I mean? I come from the city of, beans, the Arabs, like niggas know what's going on in the streets of Philly. So
Right.
for me to be able to walk through my city, any part of my city, and still be the general, and for 20 plus years, for that not to be tested, no videos of niggas disrespecting me, putting their hands on me, that means a lot. That's a major achievement. You know what I'm saying? And the general is somebody that fought the war, but now leads it. So I fought the war. I stood with the troops. You know what I mean? Like on rap shit and on street shit. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot. Like when you in Philly, bro, trust me, you got to be everything that you say you are. Because if not, it's going to get exposed. Trust me. Plenty Philly rappers you might see getting hands and feet put on niggas and all types of shit. Niggas don't play with me like that. So to be the general in Philadelphia, I feel like that's a major accomplishment for me. I've been fighting the war for a long time. I stood beside the troops, and now I lead the troops, meaning the new generation.
Fire, man. I like that answer, bro. So Reed, one of the things that you was known for back in the day, all Philly rappers for real, was like just certain flow pattern, certain cadences, certain pockets, man.
Yeah.
Tell us what it was like for a young Reed when you was practicing in the bathroom and looking in the mirror and walking home and you was writing and rapping to yourself. How did Reed Dollaz develop those unique pockets, man?
To be honest with you, I couldn't give you a scientific answer on that.
Mm,
I really couldn't. It's just something about the beat. Whatever the beat said to me is where I went. You know what I mean? So I was just creating these flows just, based upon maybe the beat that I was rapping it on or whatever the case may be. Like it to me, bro, looking back all them years, it was kind of a blur. You know what I
mm,
mean? Now that I'm older, I get to sit back and really look at some of the old videos and tap back in and shit like that. Like, but it was really a blur because when you're doing what you love, you're not really thinking about it. You just getting
yeah,
up every day doing what you love. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah,
niggas was outside. We was in the outside era. Like we didn't, niggas had phones, but we was on motherfucking Nextels. We had chirps and shit. Niggas
right.
wasn't on. You ain't had no motherfucking Instagram on that. So we was really outside putting feet on the land. So it came natural. It just came natural, bro. But when I look back, I'll be like, damn, it's really just all a blur because we was just kids waking up doing what the fuck we loved every day and
Yeah.
planting those seeds over years. Now we got a fucking garden. Now we done grew battle rap. Now battle rap is on a bigger platform. Now this, now that. So we was just out there planting seeds, bro.
Was there anybody in particular, Reed, that inspired you? Like as far as people that were already established, whether they was in Philly or outside of Philly, like who was some rappers that kind of inspired you as a young MC?
Shit, I got a couple favorites. I was always a fan of like Nas. I was a fan of AZ. I was a fan of Hove, of course. DMX, Tupac was my favorite.
Mm,
Tupac was my favorite artist.
mm,
Um, and on the other side of that, like people don't know about, but even not rap music, a lot of artists like when people ask me who my favorite artist is, I'll give you a different answer. It probably won't be rap, and it probably fuck your head up. Like what? It's like Luther Vandross, Anita Baker, you know what I mean?
fire.
Stevie Wonder, Sade.
Right on.
These are the records that I was raised on in my household. My grandma was playing that shit. She mopping the floor. You got
Right, right, right,
that good
right.
pine sauce smell in the house and
Hmm.
incense burning and the Sade going. So I was raised on all that shit. So I'm really just I was always a musical child, period. Like whether it was
Fire.
rap, R&B, soul, whatever. And then Philly, we heavy with the music industry far as the R&B go, from the Patti LaBelle's and we was really Gamble and Huff had everybody back in the day. So
Yeah.
just a musical city, musical child, bro. Like, you know what I mean? But far as rap, for sure. AZ, Nas, Tupac, Big, Hove, X,
Yeah.
the Locks,
Yeah.
the whole vibe.
I think Stax Records is out of Philly too, right? The
I'm
old
not
soul
sure.
company. Okay.
You said Stax Records? I don't think I
Stax Records. I'm gonna look into that, man. I'm gonna
Yeah, I'm
look
not
into that.
sure. Yeah.
Dope, dope.
All right, man. So, Reed, I gotta ask you about your comeback battle when you first came back against John John.
Yep.
So, obviously, we all remember it's in the car. There was an iconic moment, but
For
what
sure.
what went wrong to you in that?
You
And
said what
like,
went wrong?
yeah, what went wrong, and what would you do different? Like, if you matched up with John John now, like after he battled Easy
For sure.
and beat him to me, and you beat him as well. So
Yes.
that would kind of make sense too if you were down for it.
Yeah, I'm definitely down to spend the block. And I feel like the only thing that went wrong that day was a lot of political stuff. It was kind of weird because I came back from a 7-year hiatus. Like, so it's
Yeah,
just like, all right, this is my first time. Like I'm coming back. It was like maybe 8 battles that night on that card. So the first wrong thing was people were still standing outside in line. Motherfuckers were still standing outside in line, and the lights were still on in the building. Like niggas, the cameraman wasn't even fully set up. Like, and you hear
what?
smack on. I swear to God, bro, you hear smack on the microphone. Like, all right, look, we about to get this shit started. Let's get to the first battle. I'm thinking as a legend, I'm about to sit back, watch a couple battles,
Yeah,
get dug in, and get ready for mine. The nigga called us first. That's first of all went wrong. Second of all, you got to remember what era I'm from. I'm used to it now, but I wasn't used to getting mic'd up, your microphone clipped here, and niggas got the mic clipped on, and my mic was so shitty. Like, let me try to explain it. Like when John projected his voice, you can hear him like through all the speakers in the building. The clarity was just crazy. When I spit, it was like I was rapping to an audience with no mic. Like my mic. That's why if you notice, I kept doing
you're
like
holding the mic.
I was holding the whole round. I was doing that. My mic was crazy, but I said, you know what? I'm a pit bull. Pit bulls do not put their tail in their ass. We gonna scratch to the death. So even though I wasn't able to get through, because what people love about Reed is performance, aggression, all this shit. If you take that away from me, and I gotta fucking hold the microphone and I can't perform, and so you know what I said, you know what? I'm gonna get through these rounds. I know this not gonna be the perfect comeback that I want it to be, but when I spin back, and that was chess, and that's when things got crazy, and everything up there has been uphill.
That's a crazy one.
Yeah, for sure. Everything
Chess
after
one
that
is
was
crazy.
uphill. Everything after that was uphill. And even the URL knew that. Obviously, that's why they let me spin the block, because Beasley and them was like, look, Reed, we know what you're capable of. You know what I mean? That wasn't a good start on the first one. Let's spin the block. And they gave me chess. And everything was uphill ever since.
Do you feel like there was a bias against you? Because like at the time there was still kind of this like people were still mad at Mook after coming back because it was ass, and Iron Solomon and it was bad.
Yeah.
And who else? Ness, and it was terrible. So I feel like there was like a already narrative against it.
Yeah. For me, I think it was more a lot of people don't know, like Philly versus New York beef been going on for a long time. Not a beef, rap beef. You know what I mean? Political shit. And it's like people always praise, Smack. People always praise that, but people forget about Too Raw for the Streets. You know what I mean? Too Raw for the Streets was out here before Smack was even invented. So the beef between that, we stand on that in Philly because we know that that's our history. Yeah. And then, Smack got his culture and his history. So we always kind of never seen eye to eye. So I think from the beginning, they was like, let's give Reed all the killers. So we can wash him out. But it didn't happen like that. The first shit, John, all right, cool, whatever. Second one, Chess, up there. Everything else was up there. People got me a 2-1 and serve. People got me 3-0 rum nitty. All caffeine. I got all the polls. I got all my receipts. Niggas got me fucking 30 and Mook. So everything after that was up, and I felt like they was trying to give me all the killers to get me out the way. But we stood tall. We stood on business.
All right, Reed. I personally had you losing to Mook, man. I thought Mook edged you. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I respect it. Shit, opinions are like assholes, bro, and I respect it, bro.
Yeah, but I got to ask this about that Mook battle, man, because that battle was very, very cringy, very underwhelming.
It was, and it was the wrong setting too.
Wrong set. I'm just about to ask you, brother, whose idea was that, man? Do we got to smack Beasley at some point? Like that battle should have been in a barbershop or outside or something like that, man. Like,
totally agree. We should have been in Philly, Harlem, somewhere in the schoolyard, Chinese, whatever. That's where it should have been. I totally agree. I didn't pick the setting. That's the venue that they booked. That was in Houston that time, and that crowd just wasn't it. The vibe just wasn't it. I feel like we needed more like a volume setting, like that small room. You know what I mean? Like that set me and Rum had or some shit like that. So what it is. And as far as like, your opinion, I salute it, but I don't feel like none of these dudes really beat me, because if you look at everybody's approach, it's all the same stuff. How many times we gonna get Dollar General, Reed Dollar General, Dollar this, Dollar that? People said the same shit to me so much and try to flip it, and I can't read like Mayweather or shit. Like, bro, I didn't heard that 4 or 5 times, different battles. It's really like, hey, but if that's your preference, I get it. Cool. You know what I'm saying? Like, when I'm at a nigga, I'm like directly at a nigga though. But niggas just name flip me and Dollar General, Reed Dollar this, but it is what it is.
Right. All right. Now
hold up. What did you think when he pulled out the dollar? He was like, I'll show you how to read a dollar.
I'm like, come on, bro. Not again. And you gotta remember how long I've been outside. So I've been outside since fucking 2001. You know what I mean? And even before that, like before the cameras really picked up. So I didn't heard the dollar shit so much. Like, you feel me? Like, to me, it's like, bro, this like the 70th rapper. Like, it's no, like, people, like, you know, be creative. You know, go do, like, try something on me. Like, do something. Like, don't just come with the Dollar General. I'm gonna teach you how to read, and it's like, oh, okay,
Right.
all right, bro, whatever. But
I gotta ask you this, Reed. Now you mentioned all these great performances that you had versus Nitty. You know what I'm saying? You know, some of your better performances, right?
for sure,
I gotta ask you this, man. I watched you versus JC recently, bro. Right?
yeah.
JC spit about 6-7 minutes of fire. You spit maybe 3-4 minutes. Pretty much just told.
Uh-oh. He'll
What?
be back. But what do you think about the JC battle? Okay, you back?
Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
I'm good.
Okay.
Yeah, I basically seen you. You know, JC spit about 6-7 minutes of fire, man. Then my man Reed
Right.
spit maybe not even 4 minutes. Pretty
Yep.
much just was like, hey man, give me my money type thing. You know what I'm saying?
For
I've
sure.
seen you do that. I've seen you do that a couple times, Reed. My question for you, bro, is how do you decipher when behind the scenes where you're like, I'm not gonna rap a full verse? Is it just like a quick money move? Like what goes on with that, man?
No, it's a business.
Okay.
A lot of people ate off me, bro.
Okay.
A lot of
Talk
people.
talk talk
Yeah,
greasy, man.
a lot of people ate off me, my dog. That's why I charge for interviews. I charge for it all. So you want to get my content to put on your channel so you can monetize and get bread from off of what? No. So let's it's a business. If a motherfucker come to me and say, Reed, I want to book you on this battle. These rounds are going to be 2:30. These rounds are going to be 3 minutes. These rounds, what the fuck am I writing 5 for? Respectfully, I did that. I am not on the proving grounds no more, bro. I was the nigga rapping for 2 hours. I done gave the world so much content. We should know that I can go longer than that, but it's a business. If you book me for a
Gotcha.
time, I'm timing myself and I'm stopping myself there. If you wanted 5 minutes of rap, we could have negotiated 5 minutes of, you know what I mean? Of me being
Yeah. Right on,
compensated the right way, respectfully. You know what I'm saying? So that's
right
really
on,
what
man.
that boils down
Now,
to. Now, see, people be hyped to battle me. You got to understand, I'm that nigga. I'm the character that you got to unlock on Mortal Kombat. I'm that
right.
character that you got to unlock. So a nigga resume not even really complete, and if you don't got a read on it. So when these niggas come battle me, of course they're going to be doing their best. Like, what? I'm about to stand in front of this nigga that I've been watching since. Man,
Right.
goddamn, I'm about to go extra crazy. Me, I'm looking at it like,
Yeah.
all right, it's a business. If a nigga, like I said, if it's 2:30, you getting 2:30. If it's 3 minutes, if it's 5 minutes, we can do a 10-minute battle. I'm with all that. Let's just compensate me.
Okay, now you've battled Mook, as mentioned before. You battled Rex, bro. You know what I'm saying? All from that old era. You battled some of the newer killers, the Chesses, the Rum
Yes.
Nitties. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying? The
Yes.
A-Wards.
Yeah.
Bro, outside of the business part, outside of the money, the paychecks, right?
Yeah.
Who is somebody left for Reed Dollaz to battle that would inspire you to get in that bag, man?
Probably somebody from my era, like me and Serious. We've been going back and forth, you know what I mean, on the internet on some rap shit, like, cause we never seen each other. Me and Serious Jones, that'd be a good one from my era. I just feel like it's more to talk about. You know what I'm saying? It's like I'm definitely more. I'm more interested in those battles. You know
Did
what I
you
mean?
watch Jones versus Geechee recently?
I did.
What did you think about Jones's performance?
I think he died.
Okay.
Respectfully, I think he died. The whole pause, the nut scheme, and it was just like you said, it was cringy. It was just kind of weird. I'm like, nah, like, you know what I mean? But it is what it is. I've seen better Joneses though. We're not gonna shit on him like he's not a legend for sure.
Oh, he's definitely a legend, man. That Fight
Yeah,
Club, him
I've seen
versus
better.
Serious Jones versus Jen used to come on like every night on MTV too, man. I remember that, man. You know what I'm
Respectfully.
saying? Yeah.
Yes,
Uh,
sir.
your boy Aver been talking real spicy about Reed and Philly as of late. What's
Me
up
and
with that?
Aver, Oh, Averb, yeah, I'm tripping. Yeah, Averb, that I'm open for that too. He was never really on my radar.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe Over.
Mm-hmm.
He was like really never on my radar. Like certain people be on my radar. Like I like me and Arsenal gotta have a conversation. You know what I mean? Me and Arsenal, me and niggas like Calico gotta have conversations. See, I like that. Like those battles make sense for me. Me and Geechee, we gotta have our conversation. Geechee just said it in his own voice. He said when he go back to Compton and all the OG niggas, the big homies, they don't know about these little niggas like the Swamps and this nigga and this nigga. They be like, hey, did you battle that nigga Reed Dollaz yet though? Because we remember that nigga was the one. You, like I said again, your resume is not full until I'm on it. So I'm more interested in like battles that's like that'll match me. Like, I'm that Philly, I'm that gritty, I'm bringing all that. I need I need a nigga like that Collie set, and I need that Detroit, that, you know what I mean? Like, it gotta make sense. Like, you know what I mean? Anything else is just like, I'm out here on the court having fun with the young niggas, showing these niggas at this age, bro. I'm not supposed to be out here beating or having debatables. Let's get into it. Like one of the greatest rappers when I was a kid, Cannabis, came back. Nigga had to pull a notebook out. This motherfucker.
Yeah. Right. Read that. That hurt my heart. That hurt my heart, good brother.
That hurt my soul, brother.
Yeah, man.
When Cannabis came out, I thought that nigga was extraterrestrial. I'm like, this nigga is who the fuck? You know what I'm saying? So that shit hurt me too. So for me to come back, take a little L, if people want to say that, with John, and then adapt, go back to the drawing board. See, being a legend and being a GOAT don't mean you undefeated. We love to see Jordan in that third and fourth quarter when they lost the last game. You feel me? And he start chewing that motherfucking gum. And he got that pause. He got that motherfucking tongue hanging out.
It's go mode.
Everybody want to see the story of the comeback kid. So I take my losses with my wins. And like I said again, we really do it. I'm not one of the older niggas that's out here living off my old wreck. I'm out here taking the surfs, taking these dudes, and coming out like I ain't dying. It's either I'm beating niggas or it's like, nah, I can give Reed this, and you might give Surf this one. Yeah. Whatever, respectfully. That says a lot.
What did you think about that Surf battle, man? Because a lot of people had you winning, but the narrative was that diehard Reed fans had you winning because you did better than you were expected to do. That was kind of the narrative, right? What was your personal take on that battle, and what did you learn from that battle?
I think I probably stumbled like one time in that joint, maybe trying to get my round together. But other than that, I think I did super great. Me personally, if it's all about preference though.
Right. Okay.
See, battle rap, that's where it get tricky. Because like, it's preference. I was talking about how the nigga had fucking 8 gun cases, breaking down the New Jersey state laws. I had crazy bars in there, all that shit. Everything was right. I had crazy bars. But it's all about preference. What did he have? Reed name flips.
They were clever though. Reed. He had some clever stuff in there.
Maybe a few. But a lot of shit, bro, I didn't heard, bro. I done been outside over 20 plus years, bro. Okay. A lot of this shit I didn't heard, bro. Just maybe in different ways, and a nigga that put a little twist on it, but right. But respectfully,
One thing I remember vividly leading up to that battle was that face-off. You guys had a legendary face-off, right?
Yeah.
Now you had mentioned something when he was talking about competition. I think he asked you, I'm paraphrasing, Reed. He said something to the effect of, well, why are you doing this? Well, why are you doing this? You said for hip hop, right?
Yep.
And Surf made a joke out of that, and a lot of people clowned you for that response. But fast forward to 2023, I'm seeing a lot of these younger battle rappers getting into battle rap who clearly are not hip hop heads. Right. Don't have their own flow, don't have their own cadence, don't have their own delivery, don't have a good history of what's going on. Right. They're just literally in it. Like you said, you discovered YouTube by accident. They're just wanting to be YouTube famous, right? What do you think about the new crop of battle rappers right now? Like, does anybody impress you, or are you just unimpressed? Are you the grumpy old man like I am sometimes on the porch? Like, this ain't like the old stuff. This ain't like what I grew up on.
I wouldn't say it. I'm the grumpy old man. I know everything changed. Everything's going to
Hmm.
evolve. But is a lot of it my preference? Nah. Like I said again, I can't respect it. Like, we were outside, my brother.
Hmm.
A lot of these kids are born with phones in their hand. Niggas never did shit, never went to go experience shit, none of that. So it's really just like blah 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 to me. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like I said, it got to be real with me. That's why I take to the Geechees, I take to the Calicos. I know these people are from real settings. You know what I mean? Like, when Geechee go back to Compton, it's not a game. When you know what I mean? When fucking Calico back in the D is not a game. Like, that shit is real there. Like, a lot of these dudes be in their house, cooped up in the motherfucking room somewhere, never really
Right.
experienced nothing, but you writing all these gun bars and all this and all that, and you a whole square. But it is what it is, man. Like I said, things change. You could either get with it or you can get lost. You know
Right
what I
on,
mean? Me
man.
personally, I found out how a way to adapt so they can accept me, but also still keeping it real. You know what I'm saying? And that's how I did it.
Dope.
That's how I did it.
So, Reed, we had a question from shout out to Audio Hydration. Would you
Yeah,
battle in a blue room on RBE? Would you be interested in that?
yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be
What
super
do you
dope.
think
I wish I
about that?
did get the
Like
blue room. I didn't battle.
the
I didn't battle. I didn't battle fucking the whole rare breed. I didn't battle all his killers. I wish I would have got a blue room. I battled A Ward. I battled Ill Will. I battled
that
Big
A-War
King.
battle was great. Yeah.
Yeah, I appreciate that. And that was dope for me too, because, not a race thing, because, I don't really see color, but that was my first time actually battling somebody that was like white. So I was able to, try to like take a different approach. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? And talk about different things and shit. That's why I had to let him know, like, yeah, like, I could have walked in the light too, but it was fiends on the steps, just like bringing them into my world. And so it was that was dope for me too. Shout out to A-War.
Reed, what did you think about the recent Easy and John battle?
I want to rewatch because when it was taking place, I was at my battle the same night that he battled. I battled Swamp.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they was in Philly and my event was in Maryland. So as we're outside the event waiting for our shit to happen, somebody kind of actually had it on the phone, and I was like tapping in a little. So I really want to double back before I give a
Yeah, yeah.
judgment on that.
Now, what do you think of Easy? When I thought you beat him 2-1, but what did you think?
Respectfully,
What do you
respectfully.
think of him as an opponent?
I think he's fire for sure. You know what I'm saying? That was more like a favor thing for the city. He hit me like, yo, bro, let's get one in for the city. Let's turn Philly back up. You know what I mean? So I'm like, all right, cool, let's do it. So I wasn't, like gloves off with him. It could have got deeper. I felt like I held it down and did what I was supposed to do. Because like I said again, I've been outside for over, going on 30 years, bro. It's like where was you? You know what I mean? So that was my whole approach. Like, we from Philly, bro. So like, it's a big city, but it's a small city. Meaning, if you somebody, we know you. It don't matter who you are, bro. What you do. If you box, you the nice nigga with the hand. We know you. You sell dope, sell weed. We know you. You a hustler. We know you. Like, bro, never came across our desk. Like, never in my life. You know what I mean? Respectfully, you know what I mean? But he got family there. He repping the city, and I'm behind that, and that's what really matter now, bro. Repping the city. I've been waiting for some new motherfuckers to come up and keep this shit rocking how we had it rocking. So shout out to my bro K Walker. Shout out to Easy, you know what I mean, out there putting on, and shout out to everybody else in Philadelphia, the Battle Academy, that's trying to keep this shit alive. So, I'm definitely
So,
behind him. I support him, Philly. That's what it is.
I gotta ask this because our guy Lucci keeps bugging us. Would you battle Jazz? Would you be
What
down for
a
Jazz the
few.
Rapper?
Yeah, yeah, hell yeah. I'm open for that. I'm open. Like, me personally, I want to get those type of, stamps on my
Have
on
you
my
battled
car.
a woman?
I haven't. That's what I'm saying. I want to get those stamps on my card. Like, I haven't. That's on my bucket list. Get a female joint, go over to UK, do some London shit, just really just move around and, spread the culture. So I still got a few things on my bucket list. And a woman is definitely an option. I will murder a bitch respectfully. Respectfully.
Hey, Reed, going back to the Easy thing, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't there a little back and forth with you and Easy after the battle? Like, didn't y'all have like some words back and forth?
Nah, we don't get into that, bro. It's my city.
Yeah.
We gonna leave it there. That's my city.
Okay.
Yeah, we gonna leave that right there. Ain't nothing happened though. Nah, not at all.
Okay. I want to go back, man. One of the first vids I ever seen you on, Reed, was you and Meek Mill rapping together outside that white SUV. You know what I'm saying? He had the
Yeah,
lock. Y'all
yeah,
was trading verses back and forth. Fire. Classic, classic, classic.
yeah.
Now, me being when I was new to YouTube, I just remember one week y'all was cool. I was seeing y'all rapping together, and then another week I got on YouTube and y'all was throwing disses at each other, bro.
Yeah, yeah,
I got you on here, Reed. You know what I'm saying? This is a once in a lifetime chance for me to ask you, man.
yeah.
What was the fallout between you and Meek Mill? How did that happen? Where did that originate from? And where are you guys at as of 2023, man? Go.
Um, it started with him because you gotta remember I was out before Meek. I was popped before Meek Mill was heard of. Reed was popping. Two off the streets, battles, all that other shit. I was already doing me.
Okay.
Meek wanted Meek was hungry and Meek wanted what I had. He wanted that limelight. He wanted that. So in order to be the best, you got to come see the best.
Mm,
So Meek started throwing shots on mixtapes and little shit like that. So I remember this vividly. I remember my homies coming to me like, "Yo, bro, you hear this nigga dissing and da 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 da." Yo, we gotta get back at him. I'm like, bro, I'm in a winning position right now. I'm popping. I'm not giving nobody no spotlight. We not gonna shine a light on these niggas. And I remember I deaded that situation, and it started. It lived for like a couple more months to the point that it came to like a boiling point to where I was like, you know what, fuck it, and I put out a diss back, and
mm,
that's when it all started. Because now it's like, bet he bit the bait, so now he on it. He dropping, I'm dropping. Now it's on. So it started with him, and then we squashed it. What you seen that day, us outside the white truck, we was in North Philly. I was in his hood,
mhm,
around Birch Street, and I was in North Philly. You know, I'm a Southwest Philly nigga, so I'm down North Philly, and I'm rapping for my peoples out there. That was the headshot DVD or whatever. So somebody probably privately got on the phone and was like, "Yo, Reed around here." You know what I
yeah.
mean? I see like 3 cars slide up. I'm spitting as I see the cars. My niggas, everybody start clutching. We see niggas and we fucking, I just keep rapping and doing what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? We squash it that night. But then what sparked it back up was prior to us squashing it, you know, DVDs back then didn't have release dates. Niggas was just grabbing footage from rappers and they dropped these DVDs when they wanted to.
Mm,
So some shit that I recorded 3, 4, 5 months ago
mm,
coming at him on a disc. Dude finally get the DVD out, that footage surface. Now it's like, yo, I just made up with him and this nigga dissing again. Now he gotta live with that and the
mm.
pressure of his people putting that on him. So it just kind of just was like a revolving door, just kept going for a while. And as far as now, we good. Like we good. Me and Meek, we talk, you know what I'm saying? We DM each other. We actually got some plans, you know, for the future. So, you know, we good. Like I said, nobody died from that. This a real place. Like this a real place. I'm not saying it like it's the realest on earth, but if you've been to Philly or you know about Philly, and you know this shit really the trenches. And it sometimes it ain't even the artist. It may be niggas in his camp and niggas in my camp. We done seen each other on multiple occasions. Nothing physical. It was always a mutual respect. It was just like, you know, may the best nigga win with this rap shit. You know what I'm saying? So
I gotta ask you, Reed, at that time that y'all was going back and forth, man, because y'all dropped quite a few diss tracks or diss videos. I remember this vividly.
yeah.
Was any of those? Did Reed Dollaz ever listen to any of those? Like just in the privacy of your own thoughts, like, no, he's kind of getting at me right now. Like that's fire. Or was it like at the time? Was it like, nah, this ain't nothing. Like I can beat this. I can top this.
I always was like a horse with the blinders on.
Explain.
When a horse race, they put on blinders, right? That's because he ain't worried about nothing on the side of him, none of that shit. He only worried about what's in front of him. I used to just dip a lot of those joints. You feel me?
Mm,
I hear that
mm,
shit, And it used to put wood on my fire. Pause. It used to put wood on my fire, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit. That's why you see Reed going. I was going at I done beef with everybody in Philly. Meek Mill, Joey Jihad, every fucking body you can think of. Bugsy. Like I was going at everybody around here. So it was really just like I was like the Philly 50 Cent, bro. You know what I mean? So it's like I was just really dipping that shit, man. Like I said, I was focused. I was only focused what was in front of me. And if we had beef, I'm gonna throw you a shot in this joint. I was making raps where I would come at 8 niggas and 1 rap. So it was just a little different for me, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Not saying nobody ain't never, but nobody ever said nothing that got to me, nothing that I didn't accept. Cause I'm an open. I say in my music that my mother, you know, rest her soul, she passed away years ago. But you know, when I was young, yeah, I appreciate it. When I was young in the 80s, you know, and the 80s hit and cocaine and crack came out, like, you know, she fell victim to that. A black queen, young black queen, she fell victim to that. I'm an open book on everything. So it's really nothing that you can say to me. So I was brushing a lot of that shit off, bro. And it was just really just ammunition. That's all it was for me. It was just more fuel to just be greater and do more.
One more question concerning Meek, bro. When he got on and he started blowing up, man, did you feel any kind of way? Like, was you happy for him, or was
Yeah,
you like,
I
oh,
was.
that should have been
Nah,
okay?
I was genuinely happy, bro. Like
Okay.
genuinely happy. I don't have no what you know. Especially I can speak of like this now. I'm older. Whatever God wants you to have, He gonna give you. And sometimes if He don't give it to you, don't even look at it in a bad way because He might have saved you from something.
Mm.
Follow me. The industry a devilish place. People think getting in the industry is winning, but really, what's winning? I feel like I'm winning. I got a beautiful wife. I got a son. I moved my grandmama out the trenches. Beautiful home. Drive what I want. We got an RV. I got a Class A RV, my dog. Big as a motherfucking city bus. Who's winning? Do money make you winning? Is niggas' households happy? So that's something to think about. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, I feel like I accomplished my goal. My goal was to always get my grandmama out the hood and shit like that. And I did that off of my craft. You know what I mean? This rap money. I was able to do that. So I feel like I won.
Fire, Robbie.
Now, Philly, shout out to our guy. Shout out to our guy Boom. What's Reed's Mount Rushmore? And I want to ask you one for battle rap and do one for Philadelphia rappers just in general.
Okay. One for battle rap. Okay. Not myself.
No, yeah, exclude yourself, please.
Exclude myself. Okay, so I'm a folk, and there's no order, but I'm gonna go with Rex is in there. Mook is in there. I always been a fan of Head Ice.
Okay.
Charlie Clips.
Okay. That's 4.
Cassidy.
Okay. Damn. All right. And what about just Philadelphia Mount Rushmore?
Well, you know, once again, Cass, Enes, a new young king, but still a king in my eyes. My young boy K Walker.
Okay.
That's 3. Man, we gotta throw Easy in there
Okay.
because I you know, I can't put myself so easy and because when you think about it, it's really not a lot of us. See, it was always like people got us mixed up. Like a lot of us wasn't battle rappers. See, I took the title of battle rapper, but a lot of niggas was just hot freestyle niggas. Like we used to watch DVDs and shit like that. Niggas didn't really battle, but they always had loose bars for freestyles and kill beats and shit like that. So it wasn't really a lot of battle rappers, you know what I mean, here, like really carrying the torch besides myself. Once again, Enes, Easy's the new face, my man K Walker, And I can go with Kaboom. I'm gonna go with Boom.
Okay.
Kaboom from the DVD era. Yeah, he's still
Fire.
out here, making noise and trying to do what he do.
My boy Boom had a question in our Discord, man. Shout out Boom. Shout out the whole IsWePoddin server, man. He asked earlier, do you feel that you get the respect that you deserve as far as being the first viral MC or the first viral battle rapper?
Yeah, I feel like I get the respect I deserve. Behind the scenes and shit, like I do a lot of shit. I talk to a lot of people. I'm locked in with a lot of people. I got a lot of little accolades that I'm proud of. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm an Eminem rap guy video.
Mm,
I'm talking to Wyclef. I got a video with Wyclef giving me my flowers. That's major to me. That's a Fuji. That is like major. Me and Kevin Gates, we locked in. Me and Lil Flip, that's Big Bro from Houston.
fire.
I'm locked in with a lot of people. A lot of the greats salute me. From niggas that sat with Biggie, Mace. I influenced a lot of the new young culture that actually have said it out their mouth. ASAP Rocky have said it. ASAP Ferg, Maxo Cream, G Herbo, you know what I mean? Just so much. I write the TV show for Tells, for Irv Gotti. I wrote for Christian Powers and Keith Powers and Christian Robinson. I wrote the lyrics for those guys and Tells and things like that. So I do a lot of things. A lot of people salute me, show me my love, and give me my flowers where I can smell them. So I feel like, you know what I mean?
Yeah. Now, Reed, we're gonna get off battle rap for a minute, man, because I told you on the phone that we was going to definitely throw in some non-battle rap related questions, right? We got about 10 more minutes, right?
Yeah.
There's been I work at a recovery center, right? I've been
Okay.
clean for 7 years, okay,
Okay.
off everything.
Blessings. Blessings.
Yeah, appreciate that, good brother. My ex girlfriend, my oldest child's mother, died of a
Yeah.
fentanyl overdose. Like 2 summers ago. There's been a like this
Sorry to hear that.
fentanyl epidemic going on. I've noticed.
Yeah.
Working at the recovery center, right? A lot of
Mhm.
people dying, a lot of people ODing. Does Reed Dollaz regret selling drugs?
I do. I wasn't selling like the pills with the Fetty and stuff like that. See, back in the day it was more like pure cocaine, crack, shit like that. But do I regret it? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. I sold a little bit of weed. I wasn't a kingpin. I never pushed that story. But I definitely hustled and we were selling coke, we were selling weed, shit like that. And weed is nothing. Weed is a herb, but I definitely regret selling crack. I was selling that crack to somebody's mom, somebody's aunt, somebody's uncle, or whatever. So, through the years, that definitely weigh on your conscience and shit like that for sure. For sure.
When you was out there in the streets, Reed, did you just out of curiosity, man, did you believe in God at the time, or were you raised up to believe in God, or did you have like a aha type of moment like later in life where you was like, nah, I'm definitely being loved and watched over by a creator, man?
Now, once again, I told you I was raised by my grandparents, my grandmom. So I was always the kid with the old soul. When you get raised by grandmom, that's like OG, OG. You feel me?
Mm, yeah,
So I was always like Allah Muslim was in my household. Throughout the years, I felt like as I got older, I leaned more towards Jesus. You know what I mean? But when I was young, I was raised in a Muslim household. My name is actually Fareed. You know what I mean? Fareed is Muslim. That's Arabic. You know what I mean? For unique and precious is in the book of attributes. So we had Muslim names, grew up in a Muslim household. But like I said, as I got older, I leaned towards Jesus. But I always had a sense of, a higher power being around. You know what I mean? That was installed in me at a young age. I got more in tune as I got older, but I always knew for sure.
right on, man. Now
For
this is a
sure.
question I ask almost every MC that we've had up here that's a parent, man. Could you give
Mhm.
some advice to all the daddies out there, bro? Because I feel like daddies, man, a lot of times our accomplishments and what we do gets kind of swept under the rug and doesn't get highlighted, man. Could
For
you
sure.
talk to our audience about how important it is to be a father, what that's been like for you, and just maybe some
For
life
sure.
lessons you've learned, man?
Yeah, for sure, man. Like I said, I was a pretty young dad. I had my first son and my only son. I only got one child. I had him when I was 20. So, you know what I mean? He's 17 now. And
Mm,
like I said, it's been a journey. Kids are beautiful. You know what I mean? It's a
yep,
blessing that God can give you a little you. You know what I mean? It's just crazy. It's kind of scary having kids or, in this climate that we living in right now because
sure.
of the world that you bringing them into. You know what I mean? Like it's kind of scary, but you know, it's great being a father. It taught me a lot, made me a man. You know what I mean? It taught me a lot, taught me patience. Just a lot of things that I probably wouldn't have learned, you know what I mean, without having a child. So it's very important to be in your kid's life. Do what you got to do, you know, love on them babies. And
So
God will bless you for that, for sure.
right on. I got two more questions for you, Reed, and I think we out of here, man. You
Yeah.
had mentioned on the phone, brother, that you and your wife have a podcast, right?
Yes, sir.
Talk to us a little bit about that. Like, what's the content? What's the subject matter? How did you get into the podcast lane? Like, what's going on
For
with that,
sure.
man?
I mean, just, you know, just really wanting to open up, show a different side, let people look in my life a little bit more into my wife's life, and you just talk about dope shit, you know, current events, love topics, you know, just a lot of different things. There's really no set. We the Rambo's TV. We talk about, you know, I got guns. I do the gun shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
About to link
right on.
me and Black Rambo about to link up on some shit. We've been talking because you know I'm
Oh
Rambo.
shit.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm
I
Rambo.
know that guy. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm Rambo Reed. He Black Rambo. So you know I had to DM him one time like, yo, bro. You know
Right,
I'm Rambo, right? He was like, nah. He knew I was. He gave me my flowers. He said, man, we know about you for a long time. Make the long story short, we got some shit we about to be doing. So we just doing a lot of different things with our channel, sitting down talking about current events, music, different shit. And then, you know, we got the guns and all that popping. We about to get a little nice little piece of land to where as though I could really get in my bag. You know what I mean? Get my setup going, get the range and shit, and really just start doing what I really love in my older years. You feel me?
right on.
Black Rambo has some crazy. I saw him shoot a 50 cal pistol. That was
Yeah,
crazy.
bro. Yeah, bro be shooting some shit. You hear me?
Last question, Reed. We all like the diehard battle rap fans.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? We know you from the old era. We've seen you transition. We've seen you put out, the mixtapes. We've seen you battle people from your era, people from the newer era.
for sure.
When the book of battle rap is written, when we go from the Kumo D versus Busy B and the
Mhm.
freestyle era and the 106 in Park and all of that, when it comes to the chapter about Reed Dollaz, if you had to summarize your contribution to the battle rap game in like a paragraph or less, what do they have to say about you when we look back? What does the next generation after us got to say about Reed Dollaz when it's all said and done, man?
I mean, when it's all said and done, I'm the definition of determination. That nigga was the definition of like doing, man. Like I did for 20 years, bro. Like consistently. You know what I mean? Like that's the motivation by itself alone, bro. If a motherfucker don't love me for nothing else, love me for that dedication. You get what I'm saying? Like, um, you know, I fathered a lot of shit. I see a lot of shit in the game that niggas may take little bits and pieces with the aggression and rapping like a
Hmm.
pit bull, and I see it.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Niggas just take it and put a little spin on it. But you know, like I said, man, the books they never lie, bro. The history's there, you know, and it's gonna be there forever, man. That shit, and then me doing it in this generation is actually gonna give me about another 10 to 20 motherfucking more years. You
Mm,
know what I mean? For the fans that were fans of surf and not that didn't know who the old head Reed was. You get what I'm saying? Now you
yeah,
know. I mean, if you became a fan off that, then you know I'm gonna live for 10, 15 more years. So I just say, man, just you know, never give up, go hard, and just keep doing this shit no matter what. Push through. That's what they
fire.
gonna be for.
Reed, could you give us a drop real quick, man? Shout out the fourth round slash IsWePoddin, and then tell the people where they can find your music and find your podcast at, good brother.
All right, for sure. Yeah. You already know what the fuck it is. Your boy Reed Dollaz, and you are now rocking with Is We Podcast. That's my fault. I'm bad with drops. You
You
said
good?
the fourth round
Fourth
Is We
round?
Podcast.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yo, what up? It's your boy Reed motherfucking Dollaz. You already know I'm rocking with Is We Podcast, the fourth round, man. And you can tap in with me at Rambo_Reed Dollaz. And the same thing for the YouTube, Rambo_Reed Dollaz, man. Tap in with me. You already know Philadelphia, the general.
Right on, man. Reed, we appreciate you, man. Thank you, brother.
Appreciate y'all, man. Good talking with y'all, bro.
Yeah, you too. You a legend, man.
Love, humbly, man. Appreciate it.
All
I love
right.
it.
Yep.
Love.